Whew. Hi. It's been a long night. It's 3 Australian games. But before we get to that, we got to go to North America for just catching up on things. My name's Sebastian. This is Vision Denial. This is the road to MSI. I'm going to watch every playoff series. Yes, even that one. 100 Thieves versus Dignatas, eh? So let's see. 100 Thieves versus Dignatas. I got it right! I learned! I'm going to start this off because this is a very short series. There is not a lot that happens in this series that is even worth talking about other than like preamble for the 100 Thieves versus TSM match. Yes, this is a 3-0 where like 100 Thieves goes 3-0 against Dignitas, and not because of anything that 100 Thieves did, but because of what Dignitas was flubbing most of the time. So, preamble. When I talk about drafting creativity and drafting differences, a lot of the times in a best-of-5 series, the person to initiate this is the losing team. The losing team should always be initiating it. Now, the winning team can do so, and I would usually recommend the winning team to do so that it doesn't give the losing team chances to, adapt. But 9 times out of 10, the onus is on the losing team to change something up significantly. Not minor, significant. Because you can't play 3 games in a row with the exact same compositions. I don't care if there's like a 1 or 2 champion difference. If they have this same identity to them, then it doesn't change anything. And straight up, Dignitas picked the same composition 3 times, and 100 Thieves opted into doing the same thing because it worked for 3 games in a row. And that doesn't bode well for 100 Thieves going into the TSM game, but Dignitas, please. Holy shit. Oh, alright, some positives. The very few little positives that I can get from this. Dignitas was very decent at vision. Decent. I think that's the only thing that I can talk about that Dignitas was really good at. But their decisions about when to put visions or where to put it, not efficient. They are better at doing neutral setups, but they don't secure their neutrals well. They seem to be making weird decisions on the fly. Really sucks. And that's only when they do set it up properly. Where 100 Thieves is just being given a lot of the times the option to set up neutrals, and then they don't do much work. I'd give Dignitas a D to match their name. They don't do much for vision denial. The vision that they do use, even if it's good, is not efficient in a lot of cases, and sometimes is really weirdly placed and doesn't give them anything. They set up neutrals well enough, but then they don't execute it on a well, and when they're really behind, they are not polished about it. Neither of the teams deny information at all, and it disappoints me a little bit. Now, 100 Thieves I'm happy to say that 100 Thieves goes for simple compositions. They know very well what their strengths are. Good. Do I think they're going to win against TSM? No. They are, out of the top 4 teams, the weakest of the 4 teams out of them, and even then, they wouldn't gel very well against Evil Geniuses either. But we'll never know that because Dignatas is out, 100 Thieves get to continue, and Evil Genius is out. So, you know. Unfortunate. So, we've had 20 teams so far from up to this series. And Dignitas ranks probably the lowest, which is really unfortunate because going into this, they've had quite an exciting season. And all right, enough about that. 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves, I can appreciate that they are they have a good sense of what their win conditions are with this particular type of composition. Great. They understand that with their type of playstyles that they should be opting in for solid, simple compositions. Awesome. They should be playing for neutrals more often. They don't. They got lucky on a lot of these particular types of situations because Dignitas really shat the bed, for lack of better terms. Although I am going to say that the 100 Thieves were very efficient with the Baron when they had it. Now, do I expect them to ever get Baron against TSM? Maybe. But not very likely, not very often either. So, like, that's not a skill that's very good. They should be learning how to use wave manipulations without Baron, and that it's non-existent from either side of the spectrum here. They are good at punishing, but that doesn't mean anything. That just tells me that the teams you're playing against are weak. If you're good at punishing them, and that's how you win, and it's not from your own volition, but from punishes of teams, then, like, that's not good. Like, you need to be more proactive. Especially, like, I wrote this in Game 3. You had a 10k lead, and you were being cautious about the way you were approaching a closing of a game. Like, you clearly had the ability to close the game on multiple occasions, and you just didn't for the safe play? This is Game 3 of only 3 games. You're way, like... 100 Thieves has a fundamental understanding of how they play this one kind of composition, but not a fundamental understanding of when when you can close. Like, they don't close very well. If only. It was a very disappointing series to watch. Most of the series of this day were disappointing, except for the Rogue versus Mad Lions, which is still my favorite one of that day, or so far. I give 100 Thieves a C. They didn't do anything great. They didn't do anything to even be standard. They just were better in the day. Yeah, that's a short video compared to the others. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. And off to 3 playoff series in a row from Australia. Very front-loaded, Australia. Very front-loaded. See you next time.